It's the final game of Group C action from Montevideo as we welcome in everyone. Tom Coulter, Mark Anderson, Panama, and Uruguay getting set to close out this Group C action. And we saw the United States earlier advancing past Dominican Republic. They'll move on out of Group C, but still both these teams, especially the home side, Mark, Uruguay, such a great effort last night against the U.S. They want to end this tournament in front of their home fans on a positive note.
Yes, they do, Tom. We see another good crowd coming in here. You know, if they just had a fourth player that could score, because they only get 5 points off their bench, but Uruguay gave Team USA all they could last night. If they would have hit a couple more free throws, say 4 more free throws out of the 8 or 9 that they missed, they only had 3 3-pointers. If they would have hit a couple more of those, they might have upset Team USA last night.
Yeah, that was a 74-66 final. You see the score earlier from the USA's win over the Dominican Republic. Like you said, through the first quarter and a half, Uruguay had a double-digit lead. The U.S. came back strong at the end of that first half, took a 2-point lead in the locker room, and then pulled away at the end. But this was a team led by a couple guys, Fittipaldo, Ranger. They have guys that can score and fill it up. Like you said, maybe just missing that final piece.
Exactly. You know, you look at Jason Granger, he's averaging 20 points a game. Esteban Batista, 19 and a half. Bruno Fittipaldi, 15 and a half. They're 2, 3, and 8 respectively in this Americup out of the 12 teams. They're in the top 10. Batista's leading the Americup in rebounding at 11 and a half. So they can play.
Oh, he showed right away. He had the first 3 baskets last night for Uruguay right on the block. Former player for the Atlanta Hawks. Key part of this team. Panama, meanwhile, it's been a little bit of a struggle. They lost to the U.S. 97-56. They ended up getting blown out yesterday by the Dominican Republic. But this was a 4-point game at the halftime against the Dominican Republic. They were right there, led for a lot of it, and then just couldn't find that same scoring in the second half, minus a good effort from Tony Forbes.
Yeah, that's just it. They came out and scored 6 points in the third quarter. You got Tony Bishop, who's getting 15 a game. Javier Carter's averaging 10, but guess what? All those 10 points are coming in the first half. He's not getting much in the second half. Gary Forbes, as you mentioned, 14 and a half, 3 rebounds. Jamal Levy's doing a nice job, but he's only getting 3.5 points, but he's getting 6.5 boards and 2.5 rebounds. So they have to find a fourth player. They're getting 18 points off their bench, so we're not going to see a lot of bench scoring tonight out of either squad.
You mentioned Carter. He's the guy I know you and I both like a lot. 12 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Big guy, 6'9", but he sees the floor well. He can distribute as well as score.
Yes, and he plays with he can play with his back to the basket. He can go out to the elbow, 15 feet, knock him down. I just like to see him carry that over into the second half for Panama.
Uruguay, we mentioned, coming in off the loss to the United States. They opened up play with a 66-57 win over the Dominican Republic. Bruno Fittipaldo's played very well, 15 points against the United States. He's a guy who can fill it up from all different kinds of areas on the floor. But it really does start down low with Batista on the block. He is a veteran. He finds ways to get to the basket and scores a lot of points.
You know, and that was their game plan last night, Tom, against Team USA. They went into Esteban Batista, I think, the first 5 plays of the game, and he scored on 3 of those. So, you know, he's got that NBA background. He can finish either right-handed or left-handed. He's a big body. He rebounds. He plays both ends. So he's just a terrific player.
Getting set for this final game. The final four for this Americup has been set now. It's the United States, Mexico, Argentina, and the Virgin Islands. Argentina, an automatic qualifier, is the host, and the Virgin Islands coming out. I know you saw Mexico. You like them a lot. They could do some damage in the next round. Yeah, with Mexico,
you know, I just think that with their inside play, their guard play, they got guys that played high-level Division I basketball. You got guys that are spread out around the world playing. Their front line is huge, as I said. They set some of the most solid screens I've ever seen. So it's going to be an interesting Final Four.
We're getting set here for Panama and Uruguay's final group stage game of Group C here from Montevideo. We'll take a break. Come back after the anthems with the starting lineups and the tip. You have to love the energy the crowd brings for Uruguay. I mean, last night against the U.S., it felt like a big-time Division I college basketball atmosphere in here. It was loud. They're singing, chanting, banners the whole time. It was really, really fun.
It was pretty cool. And then between games, people weren't able to see, but we had a little entertainment with the tango that was going on out there and some orchestral instruments. So it was quite the atmosphere.
Here's a look at Jason Granger. He's such a big part of Uruguay and what they can do. He had 23 points in the first game. A big night as well last night, 17 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds against the U.S., but he's kind of the guy that gets things started for this Uruguay squad.
Yeah, I like his game. He does a nice job, 7 assists, 2 steals, along with those 20 points, as we indicated. He just goes out there, plays hard, and distributes. You know, you look at this, both teams shoot relatively decent in the high 40s. 20% for Panama from behind the arc, 26% for Uruguay. Just 58% for Panama, 55% for Uruguay. So if it gets into a free throw game, that'll be interesting to see what comes out of that.
Mark, you look at the Final Four that's set up and the FIBA World Rankings right now, the U.S. number 1, Argentina 6, Mexico number 19. So you have 3 of the top 20 teams in the Final Four.
That's right. You know, I don't know if those have been updated since. When's the last time that was updated?
I'll have to take a look here. I'm just going on the FIBA website.
Yeah,
as of August 21st.
Okay.
Of last year.
So maybe Mexico will have a chance to move up since they won. Yeah. So that would be interesting. So yeah, it's going to be very competitive Final Four.
The top 10: USA, Spain, Serbia, France, Lithuania, Argentina, Brazil, Turkey, Russia, and Australia. I know you said on the broadcast last night, Spain. Where in Europe are some of the best competitions?
So when you look at it, usually it's going to be Spain, Turkey.
Okay.
Israel's got some great things going on there when it comes to international basketball. So those are the areas. France is up and coming, Italy. But you typically in Russia. So you look at Russia, Spain, and basically those countries right there.
So getting set here for the United. We had the United States earlier. This is game 2. This is Uruguay and Panama. Here's a look at the Panama squad and a couple of guys that U.S. fans might recognize. Tony Bishop Jr. and, of course, Gary Forbes, who played for both the Toronto Raptors and Denver Nuggets. He's a guy with some serious NBA experience. But all these guys, whether they play in the U.S. or overseas, are playing professional basketball. And here's the starting lineup: Forbes, Liscondo, Bishop, Levy, and Carter. So this is if Bishop can get going, you're going to get points from Forbes and Bishop. Can Carter have another big night and kind of be that third piece?
He's got to carry it over. He's going to have a good first half.
Right. He's done that every game.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, it's like can go back to the Dominican Republic. Solano had a huge first half against Uruguay. That was it for the tournament. He was the catalyst to their comeback in that first half. I thought he would be a guy that could really have a big tournament. And that was it for him. There you see a matchup between Granger and Bishop, two key guys, both averaging double figures in this tournament.
Yeah, that'll be a good matchup.
Uruguay in the light blue and white, Panama in the red and white. Marcelo Signorelli, head coach for Uruguay from Italy. Look at Manuel Hussein, coach for Panama. All right, it'll be Batista to jump against Carter. And the final game of Group C underway from Montevideo, and it's Panama controlling with Gary Forbes. Levy around the perimeter. Here's Bishop, who's really the leading scorer last night, 20 points rather. Levy, way downtown, that's off the mark. Ranger, Leopoldo, Batista, Vasquez, and Izaguirre. Here's Vasquez with it. He had 7 rebounds last night against the United States. Now Granger off a screen. 9 on the shot clock. Granger going baseline to the basket, off the glass and high for 2. What a nice move and a great finish.
Good help with that is that Carter kind of screened off Bishop on that and allowed Granger to get to the basket.
Bishop missed, but Carter right there for the follow.
There you go.
And 2-2 early on.
And he had a couple of those putback dunks last night early on in the first quarter against Dominican Republic.
There's Granger again working off a screen. Kicks it cross court. Vasquez lost the handle and an early turnover. Ball to Panama. Kondo, guarded by Fittipaldo. Forbes lost the handle, so both teams a couple turnovers early on here in the opening moments of this game.
Panama just called 4 down. It's a popular play that a lot of European teams play, where they put the shooting guard at the free throw line, the 3 underneath, and then they read off what the 3 goes off to the 4 or the 5 either side.
Pass takes a deflection, falls to Vasquez, and on the shot clock. Worked around the near side. Fittipaldo dumps it down low. Batista along the left baseline. 3 on the shot clock. 2. Turnaround. Tough shot. Didn't get it to go. Vasquez almost got the rebound, but it goes to Levy.
Tried to bank that in.
There's Kondo. Forbes at the free throw line. There's Kondo right corner for 3. In and out, no good. Forbes the tip. Can't get it to go. And Batista pulls it down. There's Fittipaldo. Double figures both games. 15 points last night. Now Vasquez. Strong move to the basket with the left hand for 2. And Vasquez, not a big-time scorer. He did have 4 points and 7 rebounds against the U.S. 3 points in the opening game against Dominican Republic. There's Kondo. Jumper no good from 12. Ranger quickly the other way for Uruguay. Ranger into the paint. Ball in the corner, and that is Fittipaldo, and that's a 3.
Yes, he has a tremendous looking jump shot. Smooth, holds the follow through, and gets the splash.
It looks good every time it leaves its hand.
It does. It really does.
Bishop. Now Levy. Long jumper that time from Carter. He was fading away, no good. And Fittipaldo going the other way. Batista trying to back down Levy. Correction, it's Carter who's trying to back down. You know, we can go back to last night, Mark, as you see replay here. Batista got the ball on the block in really good position first 3 times. His catches so far have been way out on the perimeter along the baseline.
So, you know, that's coaching, and they could look at that as assistants, head coach. They can see that. Just tell him, just remind him, hey, get down to the block. He's big enough. Just face him and walk him down to where you want to get the ball.
Bishop a turnaround from 10. That's short off the side of the rim. Another rebound to Granger. He's got 2.
See, as an offensive player, you can dictate as a post player where you want the ball. You just got to get to your spot.
Granger showing that range. We saw it last night. We've seen it throughout the tournament. He's got 4. Now Carter. Here's Bishop. On the elbows. Give it back to Levy. Now worked around to Forbes. 10 on the shot clock. Forbes at the free throw line. Driving strong to the basket with the left hand. Can't get the roll. Carter the putback and another big dunk. Carter 2 more.
He has 4.
For Uruguay on top. The ball whipped around. Izaguirre for 3. Short. Carter up high for the rebound. Just off the mark. We go the other way. Granger looking to push. 3 on 3 and the foul is called. Uruguay up early, first foul on Levy. Vasquez to inbound.
Uruguay off to a good start, shooting 67% overall from the floor.
Granger, 8 on the shot clock, going up against Bishop. Long 3. Got it. What a start for Granger. 3 for 3.
You knew what he was doing.
23 points in game 1. Filling it up again early here tonight. And that long 3 is good. Under 5 to go here in the opening quarter. Good one here, 12-7 early on. These Condo's first points of the game. And now 1 and 2. Ripado's second basket. Team's trading baskets right now. Good flow here in the first quarter. This Condo. Moves it down low. Carter on the block. 4 points early on. Bishop hesitates. Carter, long jumper, in and out. Teased up high for the rebound.
That shot looked good. We're seeing Carter extend his shot tonight like he did not last night.
Teased to 17 points against the United States. This Condo the other way to Lee for Bishop, and he throws it down for 2 more. Bishop had 10 points, 10 rebounds against the United States.
Right now, 6 of Panama's points have been off of dunks. Getting into the paint.
Granger, another 3, and that's good. He is on fire to start this game. Now 10 points, 2 for 2 from downtown.
He's looking very confident when he's out there shooting.
Levy trying to find this Condo. The ball takes a deflection. 7 on the shot clock. And then a foul underneath. Take the game for the first time. Here, Watchman. Another look at that second 3 of the game. Nice and smooth.
Yep, perfect.
Bishop, 2 more. Coming off a big performance last night. He was the only real scorer at 20 points. He's been in double figures both games. 2 more for Tony Bishop.
Panama shooting well.
Fittipaldo, nice pass.
Nice
Gary had it blocked.
Yeah, Panama 7 for 9 from the floor right now.
Levy left open. That's short. Tip is good. And that time it's Bishop on the offensive glass.
There you go. Knocking it in.
Fittipaldo off the screen. Throws across court. Granger got the hot hand, 10 points. Granger, another long 3 from the wing. That one finally off the mark. A little too strong. It's Forbes the other way. Forbes leaves it to Carter. Carter almost pulled the trigger. His Condo left open. Back down to Carter. Ball deflected in the turnover. Carter won it back, though. Goes up for 2 more. Wow, Carter a force inside early on.
Right now he is.
The coaching staff for Panama should just tell him it's always the first quarter.
It's always the first quarter.
Yeah, no matter what.
There you go. Yeah.
How they can trick him into thinking that.
Trick him to think, yeah, right.
I don't know how you do that.
When the third quarter comes out.
Here's another look at it. Just good heads-up play by Carter to steal and to finish.
Right.
So 17-15 our score here. 2:17 left to go in the first quarter. Uruguay trying to close out in front of their home fans with a win. Look at the meetings between these two teams. Panama all-time against Uruguay is 5-3, so it's been a relatively close battle between these two teams. The last meeting coming back in 2015 in Olympic qualifying, a 78-71 win. Prior to that, it was a Panama win, 81-77.
I misspoke earlier. It's Uruguay who's shooting 67%. Panama's at 43.
It's a 2-point game.
Yeah, but their points in the paint's the difference. Panama has 12. Uruguay has 4.
Bishop, Carter, Forbes, Luzcando, Levy, Washman, Granger, Zaguirre, Vasquez, Fittipaldo. 2-point game. 2:12 left to go here in the first quarter. Granger off a screen. Great strong move. Kicks it in the corner. Izaguirre for 3. No good. Luzcando. Another turnover to Panama.
Izaguirre playing that stretch 4 position. His shot looks decent. It's just missing.
He had 1-3 last night against the United States. 5 points for the game. Granger. Fittipaldo is at 1-3 already tonight. Ups underneath. Washman in the middle. Zaguirre has it stripped. Nice play by Bishop. 2-on-1. Bishop throws the lob to Forbes. Forbes hesitates, trying to get it back to Bishop. Those two not on the same page, and it's back to Uruguay. Granger along the baseline underneath the basket. The reverse for 2. 12 points for Granger.
He's having quite a first quarter.
Plays professionally in Turkey. The long jumper is no good. Granger's got the hot hand. Why not? In and out, no good. Ball loose. Comes to Carter.
And that was a pretty good shot. It was in the flow of everything.
Bishop swings into the corner. Read well by Vasquez. We go the other way. 3-on-2. Granger leaves it. Washman with the left hand. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Now, Granger's angle of defense down there caused that turnover. He shut off the baseline, and they were right there to pick off the pass.
Reverse. Zaguirre will check out. And a timeout on the floor here. Just under a minute to go, and it's 4-point game, 19-15. Uruguay on top. I guess through some of the early numbers here, Mark.
Yeah, it was somewhat, we were talking about being an up-and-down game. Both teams have 5 turnovers. Right now, points in the paint favoring Panama 12-6. As expected, bench points 0 for both teams. So, again, they got to get better production when guys come in. Total rebounds, 10 for Panama, 8 for Uruguay. Assists 3-2 in favor of Panama. But Panama's getting a lot of easier shots. They're getting 3 or 4 dunks already. They're right here in the ball game. Now the difference is Granger's so hot, he's keeping Uruguay ahead right now.
2 3-point shooting, Uruguay 3 of 6, Panama 1 for 7. Luzcando hitting that 3 early on. It'll be Washman at the line. And 6 points in the opening round game. Plays right here in Uruguay for Defensor Sporting. Frame at 6'7". Can't get that one to go. Under a minute to go, your opening quarter. A good game thus far. It's Kondo. And good play that time by Granger. Able to knock it that time off of Forbes. Another turnover by Panama. Fittipaldo.
That happened early last night. They had a bunch of turnovers in the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, they had one, and that's when they closed the gap. When they turn the ball over, they can't do that.
And then, was it 9, I believe?
Yeah.
And just one in the
they
second?
They had 9, and then, 10 for the half. So one in the second quarter, closed the gap to make it a 4-point game. Then just had trouble scoring in the third quarter.
Kondo. 10 seconds left to go. Carter coming out to set a screen. Bishop. Levy. Trying to swing it underneath for Carter. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Almost at the buzzer. And after one, a 5-point game. Uruguay on top. 20-15.
Just to show you how critical a pass is, Levy had to go and reach out to grab that. That took a second or two away from the play, or else they might have had a chance to score there right at the buzzer before that went off. So passing is very important. You got to get it right to the target for the player to do something with it, either triple threat or shot right away.
A reminder, we'll be in Spain in September. You had a chance to see a lot of women's teams from around the world recently.
Yeah, we did the Women's Cup. That was very good. Argentina was very good. Team Canada came out of there. Similar to the U.S., they were loaded. They could start any combination of 5 women, and they had high Division I players on that team. They had WNBA players, and they also had a couple of their better WNBA players that did not play. So, and they won by big margins, but against Argentina now, that was a different story. The women's team for Argentina is very competitive and has one of the best point guards that I've seen in Melissa Gretter.
Let's look at some of the first quarter highlights. Vasquez layup for 2. Granger, he's the man on the hot hand, 12 points. 2 of 4 from downtown. And he's shown great range this whole tournament.
Yeah, I like his floor game in general. He just does it at both ends.
Carter had a couple dunks. Good offensive rebounds by the big fella.
Do you think in the timeout they're telling, hey, Javier, it's still the first quarter?
Yep, first quarter. Brand new game. Vasquez, Fittipaldo, Batista back on. Hernando Caceres on for the first time wearing number 31. Seeing limited action here in the tournament. And Granger. Munoz checking in for the first time wearing number 4 for Panama.
I was going to say, they just played their starters all 10 minutes.
So Granger leading the way, 12 points on 5 of 7 shooting.
And we really haven't seen that, Tom, in the tournament where all 5 starters for any of the teams played the whole, a full quarter in any of them.
6 turnovers by each team in that first quarter. I'm 100% sure what we're waiting on here. Oh, fixing the clock. There we go. Vasquez will inbound. Fittipaldo bringing it up. Panama shot 35% in that first quarter. Granger the intended target. Uruguay 57%, 8 of 14.
See, now last night we saw Batista backing down, whether it was Holmes, whether it was
Plumlee, whoever,
Yeah, whoever it was for Team USA. He hasn't done that yet tonight.
Saris.
And as you mentioned, he's getting the ball outside of his post area.
Well, dumped down low. Now he does have it on the right block. Double team, lost the handle, got it back, leaves it. Saris can't get it to go. No goaltending call. We go the other way.
I think that was still on the way up.
Carter. Forbes off a screen, fakes the three. Now on the elbow, into the paint. The long runner is no good. Ranger on the outlet. Ranger dumps it underneath. Caceres can't control it. And we'll go back. 7th turnover on Panama. Or pardon me, on Uruguay.
Munoz came in last night and did a good job for Panama running the offense.
Levy left open. He'll take a three. That's no good. Vasquez. There's Granger with it. The lob underneath for Batista. Lays it in for 2. It's a nice catch by Batista. It's behind his back.
Right.
Lean back to get it and maintain control. Munoz. There's Carter. Going up against Batista. Turnaround from 10 is good. Wow, nice shot by Carter.
Nice shot.
A little turnaround.
Absolutely. He looked over our way when he ran by. I don't know if you noticed that. I don't think he heard us.
Maybe he did. Vasquez. Along the baseline. Forbes does a good job defensively and wins it away. Nice job by Gary Forbes on defensive end. Fittipaldi's going to get called for the foul. His first. Couple subs here for Panama. Jonathan King. And Ismar Ayarza, wearing number 10. He's a big body at 6'9". Checking in for Uruguay, Luciano Perotti. Here's Munoz, age 37. Bishop. Long jumper is good for 2. Bishop's got that range. 8 points tonight.
Yeah, he's 3 for 6 from the floor. 4 for 7.
Caceres. DiPaldo.
Fittipaldo, he's a tough matchup because he can catch and shoot, and then he can also, he's got that good first step going to the basket.
First foul on Ayarza. Perotti fakes the 3 now. He'll take a long jumper. That's no good. Offensive rebound. Ranger, second look here for Uruguay. Another whistle. Shot clock was winding down to 4.
That was Uruguay's first offensive rebound of the contest.
Another foul on Ayarza.
They're still shooting well, almost 53% right now overall.
Granger puts it on the floor, loads it underneath for Batista. And got hit hard.
I believe he's bleeding. Yep. No? I'll leave him in. Okay. The way he showed his hand to the official.
Thought the same thing. Fittipaldo. Six on the shot clock. Fittipaldo's got to go. Kicks it in the corner. 3. Caceres knocks it down.
Well, there was a mismatch either way because Munoz had to rotate over to him.
And Hernando Caceres' first points in the tournament.
Yeah.
24-19 our score. Bishop leaves it back for Carter. Carter skips it cross court to King. Can't control it. Turnovers mounting up for Panama here in the first half.
6 turnovers for Panama. Still, they're only down 5.
Granger, nice hesitation. And the foul committed by Carter. It's Carter's first. Be out of bounds underneath here to Uruguay. 6:10 left to go here in the first half. Final game of group play here in Group C from Montevideo. Batista calling for it. On the baseline, gets it. Now backing down Carter into the paint. Spins, hesitates, up with the left hand. Can't get the runner to go. And we're going the other way. Give me a foul on Caceres, I believe. Or no, they're going to get Batista.
I think Batista, yeah. Jonathan King into the game for Panama. He had 8 points last night.
This Condo checks back in as well. 24-19 our score. Uruguay on top. Trying to close out this tournament with their second win. Munoz. And a travel call. Good defense that time by Perotti.
Right, got a hand up on him. Oh, he's saying he called the travel because he came back down with the ball. Even though he wanted to cut, Munoz wanted the jump ball called. Got to call that screen out.
Not happy about that call.
No, you see the official coming over to tell him, that's enough.
Technical foul.
Yeah, that's one of those things that we've seen in FIBA rules that the officials do not like to be chirped at by players or coaches, or a show of emotions with flailing of the hands and things like that after a call.
So Munoz to the line. Can't take advantage. It'll be Panama's ball here at midcourt.
And again, in FIBA rules, the technical will count towards a personal foul.
It's his third foul.
Yeah.
Huge. 5:30 still left to go in the first half. It's Condo.
So by all accounts, he's going to have to sit for the remainder of the half. Can't afford to get that fourth foul.
8th turnover on Panama. 17 points, 13 assists last night against the U.S. was huge.
Yeah, that's right.
Timeout on the court. 5:18 left to go here in the opening half. 24-19 our score. It's Uruguay on top at home in front of the Montevideo.
Look right now, Panama still at 42%, Uruguay overall 58%. Panama at 16% from the three-point land, Uruguay at 43%. Panama yet to hit a free throw, Uruguay 50%, so they're right at their average. Total rebounds, Panama +3, 14-11. Turnovers, 9 and 8. It's gotten a little sloppy here in the last couple minutes, especially Panama trying to make those long cross-court passes, and they've been too strong, and they're just going either getting the player out of position or it's going off their hands.
Panama's 2 games, a 97-56 loss to the United States, then 86-64 last night. But that game was so close in the first half, just a 4-point lead at halftime for Dominican Republic. Panama just could not get it going in the second half.
And Uruguay already has 75% of their bench points. They have 3.
They might want to hold off to the second half.
Yes.
Here's Perotti. We approach 5 minutes to play in the opening half. Washman checking back in. He's on there with Granger, Paldo, Caceres. Granger has had the hot hand, dumps it underneath. Washman able to control it. Caceres in the paint. Can't get it to go. And we'll go to the line for 2. is Caceres at the line. Just 23 years old.
6'8", as you mentioned before, good size.
A little short on that first attempt. Second free throw, good, 1 and 2. Under 5 to go the first half. Tom Colton and Mark Anderson coming to you from Montevideo. This is the final game of Group C. Panama looking for the first win of the tournament. Uruguay looking for their second. And a foul on the screen.
Panama being led by both Bishop and Carter with 8 points apiece.
Ayarza. Here's Luzcano hitting an early 3. 6 on the shot clock. Got to go. Off a screen for 3. Too strong. Munoz, the smallest guy on the court, tips it out. What a play. Luzcano driving to the basket. Reverse layup is good.
Very athletic move by Luzcano.
All the credit, though, to Munoz for keeping that play alive. Caceres in and out. Levy with the rebound. Quickly ahead. Luzcano. Munoz wide open for 3. Short. Rebound to Uruguay. Quickly pushed ahead. Fittipaldo. Good job by Luzcano to get back defensively.
Good look up court by Granger.
Granger being hounded by Munoz off a screen for 3. No good. Luzcano skies for the rebound.
After that quick start by Granger, he has 12 points. He hasn't scored in a while. Ooh, unsportsmanlike.
He's going to go against Ayarza. Close. See why it was called, though. It had a clear breakaway.
Exactly. They're lobbying for the breakaway basket.
Granger at the line, 23 points on his opening night. $17 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds last night against the United States. On a pair, and it'll be Uruguay as well. 27-21 our score. 3:42 left to go here in the opening half. Perotti.
Uruguay just can't pull away from Panama. Hanging tough.
Almost a chance for a 3-point play, but how about the play here of Fernando Caceres? He's come off the bench, giving him a spark.
Right.
It's looked nice.
Yeah, he's knocked down that 3. He's getting to the line. Doing a lot of good things.
Played very few minutes the first 2 games. Seeing more action here tonight in game 3 as he knocks down the free throw.
Yeah, he's already played 7 minutes.
Two for 2.
That could be their score now off the bench.
Condo off the screen, top of the key. Forbes now with it on the right wing. Forbes crossover to the basket, high off the glass, can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound by Carter. The putback too strong, it's loose. Uruguay comes down with it as Perotti. Perotti quickly in the near court. On the elbow, picks up the dribble, lobs underneath. Ashman tried to catch it and shoot it in one motion. Somehow got the ball back.
Luzcano with a block on that. Gonna run horns here.
It's a foul underneath. It's going to go on Levy. Batista still on the bench over there, not happy.
Well, he's still going to have a while to think about it.
2:53 in all of halftime.
Yeah.
Washman short on that first free throw attempt. For 6 points versus the Dominican Republic. Bishop checking back in for Panama.
So he must have been bleeding as he had the tissue stuffed up both nostrils there.
Vizcano lost the handle, got it back. Here's Bishop with it. Bishop in the corner. Forbes for three. Got it. Nice shot by Forbes from the left baseline.
Big basket for Panama. Cut that lead to 6.
Vasquez. Ranger. Double team in the corner. Caceres. 3. How about that? Caceres' second 3 of the game. Where has he been all tournament?
Exactly. 8 points off the bench. That's huge for Uruguay.
Vizcano, the answer. Good. His second 3 of the game.
Vizcano shoots better from 3-point range than he does the foul line.
Vizcano out of Idaho State. Washman looking to go up against Carter. Spins baseline. Double team. Gets it low. Caceres kicks it out. There's a 3. Perotti. Back-to-back 3s for Uruguay. 36-27. 1:30 left to go in the opening half. Nice move by Bishop to the baseline. Too strong on the shot. Ranger 2-on-1 if he hurries. It'll stay with Uruguay. Nice job by Carter to get back defensively. Here's another look at that 3 by Perotti.
Good looking form. Nice follow through.
Fittipaldo checking in. Ranger getting a big hand. He's had a huge first half here at 12 points. Fittipaldo kicks it underneath. That's out of bounds though. Caceres couldn't control it.
Yep, Caceres thought Vasquez should have been to the level of the ball, which means he was slid down another 4 to 5 feet. Been right where the pass was.
Here's Kondo. Bishop working on the wing. Carter calling for it. Gets it down low on the baseline. Skip pass cross court to Forbes. Forbes hesitates, pulls up, off balance shot for 2 more. How about that? Forbes
nice
hanging in the
job.
air and converting. Forbes playing well here tonight. Former A10 Player of the Year in 2007 with UMass. Perotti. Fittipaldo for 3. The catch and shoot is good. Uruguay having a huge first half from downtown tonight. That goes off of one of our officials. Fittipaldo the other way. Perotti swings across court. Another one, back-to-back 3s for Fittipaldo. Just like that, 42-29. Best shooting half so far for Uruguay in the tournament.
And it was just a 6-point game.
Vizcano draws contact, no call. Reach halftime. Uruguay, 3 straight 3s to close out the first half. They lead at 42-29. Mark, where did they finish for that first half?
So they finished 58% overall. 7 of 13 from 3s for 54%. So they looked well coming down the stretch. Fittipaldi, when you hit those back-to-back 3s like that, or 3 in a row like they did, that changes the whole complexity of the game because it was a 6-point game going into that.
42-20 on our score. Let's go through some of the other numbers here before our break.
Panama 40% over from 2-point range. Here we go with the stats.
3 of 12 from downtown. Uruguay 53% from the field and the 3-point line. Doing a good job at the line, 7 of 10. Panama just took 1 free throw attempt in that first half, 0 for 1. Rebounding edge to Panama by 3. 11 assists for Uruguay, just 5 for Panama. see Panama doubling Uruguay on the fouls. 10-5. Well, 42-29 our score here at the half.
One big stat that's jumping out at me right now. Bench points, 13 for Uruguay, 0 for Panama.
And this was a Uruguay team that was averaging just 5 bench points coming into the game.
Exactly. And that's the difference in the game right now. That 13 points is what they've gotten off the bench.
Great work by Caceres off the bench. Here's some first half highlights. Vasquez going up strong. Granger had a big first half, 12 points. He was on fire to start out. 2 for 2 from three-point range. Carter had a big first half for Panama.
Can he carry it over? That's what they needed for him to do.
8 points, 3 rebounds, and a block. Nice little scoop reverse there by Granger. Big key for Uruguay coming into the second half. Can they keep the hot shooting going, and will Batista get going? Had to sit pretty early with that third foul.
Exactly, yep. I'm sure he'll start the third quarter. And Panama has 12 turnovers. They got to cut those down. Again, eliminate those long cross-court passes like they were doing. They got to come out. They got to attack right away, get back in this ball game, because Uruguay's going to come out with a lot of confidence after knocking down those threes.
See the second one by Caceres. Brody got involved.
We talked about it in the pregame. They already have 7 threes. They only hit 3 last night against the USA, and that was an 8-point ball game.
If they get a shot like this against the United States, who knows?
Exactly.
Right? And then Fiddy Baldo closing out the first half. Nice job by Perotti to find him on the right wing there. Carter doing some damage on the inside in the first half with his 8 points. Now reversed by Granger. Usually you see guys go off the glass with the reverse, but that one was just right to the basket. Kind of rare. That reverse layup. Nice catch by Batista.
He's averaging almost 20 a game, and he only has 2 right now. He's saddled with those 3 fouls.
And having said that, it was still a 42-29 lead thanks to the three-point shooting.
Yes, that's the difference. That and the bench scoring.
A few more first half highlights here. Condo and Forbes had a nice first half. Forbes a couple late baskets.
Now, the difference was that little run by Uruguay right at the end of the quarter that opened it up.
3 straight threes to close out the half. And they lead it 42-29. It's a nice off-balance jumper by Forbes. We'll take a break. Second half coming up next. welcome you back into Montevideo. Final action of Group C here between Uruguay and Panama. And a big lead right now, 42-29 for Uruguay. But if you go back to this first half, really for the last 3 minutes, this is a 6-point game. Then all of a sudden, Uruguay got hot from outside.
Right, and that kind of took the wind out of the sails for Panama. But if they can come out and strike back with a couple baskets of their own, doesn't necessarily have to be threes, but get a couple stops, get a couple baskets, now you're right back in it. Kind of like what we saw. What they can't do is what we saw last night, come out and score 6 points in the quarter.
Take us through some of the first half numbers.
All right, so as we're looking here, looking for Panama, we've got Forbes. He has 5 points. on 2 of 7 shooting overall. Luzcando has 8 points. He's 3 of 7 overall, 2 of 4 from threes. We have Bishop. He's got 8. He's 4 of 8 from the floor and looking good with some nice moves there. And Carter also has 8 and also 9 rebounds. So he had a heck of a first half. Again, can he carry it over? For Uruguay, Fittipaldo, who had that hot streak, 3 for 3 from behind the arc, had 11. We have the other one in double figures is Granger with 14, who also has 5 rebounds and 5 assists to go along with his scoring there. And Caceres off the bench, 8 points. Now the other thing is that Uruguay has 13 points off the bench, and that's the difference right now in the game.
You mentioned in the pregame they were averaging just 5 points per game off the bench, but Caceres has been a real spark.
He has, and he's got it done. He's been very active on offense, and therefore it's opened it up for some of the other guys, and mainly for himself to get. You said, we didn't see him play much last night. Didn't play much at all on Monday night.
Less than a minute.
Less than a minute. Okay, so now maybe they found that third guy, or fourth guy now that can do some scoring for him.
Another key point for Uruguay. Batista picked up that third foul early on. What kind of impact did he have? He's been huge in both games thus far.
Exactly. Now, can he come out and still play his game? The thing is, mentally, well, it looks like he's going to keep him on the bench.
It will be Fittipaldo, Caceres, Perotti, Ranger, and Watchman, so he will be on the bench for Batista, at least initially.
Okay. Kind of interesting. I think he would be smart enough with 3 fouls to play smart defensively, but you know what? Let's see what happens.
For Panama, it'll be Forbes, Bishop, Carter, Luzcando, and Levy. Second half underway from Montevideo. Not a good start for Panama.
Nope, that is not the way you want to start the half.
So it'll be Fittipaldo.
That's their 13th turnover.
Fittipaldo for 3. He closed that first half 2 for 2 from downtown. Uruguay shot 37% against the U.S., just 3 for 23 from downtown, so a much better shooting night, especially from outside.
They're also getting a lot cleaner looks.
Here's Carter. Carter spinning, hesitates, goes up with the right hand, can't get it to go. The tip back, no good. And Bishop almost got a third look, and finally, Perotti comes down with it. Ranger had 12 points in that first half. Up top, Caceres.
There you go.
Third 3 of the game. Wow.
Coach Signorelli rewarding Caceres by starting him in the second half. You know what? He deserved it.
Rangers 6 assists to go all along with those 12 points. Deep shot that time by Carter, no good. It's Perotti the other way.
Pretty much just Fittipaldi and Granger, the only 2 starters that started the half.
Perotti
game.
to the basket, off the glass for 2. A nice move.
Yeah.
(47-29). Panama still looking for the first points of the second half. Carter. Forbes calling for it. Comes it underneath. That read by Watchman. The ball loose. Perotti. Cross-court pass. Granger open. Right wing for 3. Got it. Timeout, Panama. Another slow start for Panama. We saw it last night.
Exactly.
Just like that, 50-29.
Wow, that was quick.
Granger now 15 points, 3 threes. The unselfish play here by Perotti. Could have gone up for the layup. Saw Granger open on the wing. Got him the ball, and he knocks down the 3. Another look at it.
Well, they got 8 quick points in a minute 45. Sometimes when you have that trouble coming out of the locker room, you look at it necessarily, well, what are you doing when you come out onto the court to get loose? Because this is 2 straight games now where we've seen Panama really struggle in the third quarter.
Vuelvo otra vez lo mismo. La última vez que lo intente, no lo voy a intentar más. 25. Cuando la recibas aquí, vamos a jugar
Same
sobre
lineup
estos
for
bloqueos y estos
Uruguay.
¿De acuerdo? Vamos. Defense. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
15-29 our score. Rangers had a great tournament. Here's another look at that 3 off the feed from Perotti. Knocks it down.
And he's also added an assist to his total. He's up to 6.
Here's Kondo. Here's Forbes looking around. Levy. Bishop now on the right wing. Here's Kondo trying to keep it in play. He can't. So out of that timeout, a turnover.
Again, that's one thing you don't want. Coming out of timeouts, a turnover. Or as we saw at the beginning of the first half, not even 3 seconds in, a turnover.
Perotti. This pass takes a deflection. Fittipaldi does a good job of keeping it in play. This pass deflected. Fittipaldi's got to put it up. Correction, Perotti. Good defense that time by Panama.
And it was also aided by that tip pass. That Fittipaldi didn't have a chance to get that shot off.
So Panama's ball right in front of the Uruguay bench. 50-29 our score. 7:32 left to go here in the third quarter. Tom Colker, Mark Anderson coming to you from Montevideo. Final game of Group C action. The United States has advanced on after going 3-0 in the tournament. Carter left open. He'll fire a 3. Got it.
Well, there we go. He's got his points in the second half.
11 points. 1 of 2 from downtown. Caceres. Perotti, a long 3. That's good. How about Perotti?
Wow.
That was deep. Having the game 8 points, along with several assists.
Yeah, and he's 2 of 3 from behind the arc.
Bishop looking to answer, and that's good.
But what you can't do is if you're Panama, you can't trade baskets. You got to get some stops.
Kick ball will be Uruguay's ball. 14 back on the shot clock.
And he knew as soon as he let that go, watching the replay, that was good.
There's Granger, 8 on the shot clock. Looking underneath for the Fittipaldi, does a good job to keep it in play, but then an errant pass. Turnover by Uruguay, back to Panama. Was Kondo have the last 2 strong. Granger with the rebound. Great. A foul on Uruguay. Batista still on the bench.
I say give it another 1 or 2 minutes and he's got to get back in there. Well, I mean, they're up 18, but still like to see him play.
Forbes partially blocked by Perotti. What a play. Granger the other way. Fittipaldi for 3. In and out. Here's Bishop. Hesitates off the glass. No good. Bodies colliding. Uruguay comes away with it.
Fittipaldi took the shot and he was the second guy down for Uruguay. Love that hustle.
Perotti. Step back 3. No good. Watchman the rebound off the glass. Gets to go. .20 lead.
Coach Hussein wants a push-off on Walkman.
Taking into the game Nicholas Borsaino in for Watchman. Still no Batista. 20-point lead for Uruguay. Bishop driving it, stripped by Granger.
Oh, Borsellini with that
Another
screen.
three.
Did you see that? Wow.
Caceres' third of the night. Carter couldn't control it. It was a tough bounce pass. A little bit heavy that time from Liscondo. Substitution. Mauro Zubiare checking in for the first time. Perotti getting a nice hand. The first time we've seen Zubiare in the tournament, wearing number 4. Good strong take by Fittipaldo, but credit that time to Munoz, who's going to get called for the foul. Just didn't give him a clear lane in the basket.
Right. Coach Signorelli feeling pretty confident about the game right now.
No Batista.
Right. Putting in guys that haven't seen action yet in the tournament.
Free throw short. Well, the X factor today, Caceres.
Right. I mean,
Off the
production
bench.
there, yeah.
3 of 4 from downtown. Fittipaldo 0 of 2 at the line. Under 5 to play here in the third quarter. Munoz running the point for Panama. Munoz trying to turn the corner. Still with it. Up with the right hand. Can't get the finish. It's a good move to the basket. Ranger the other way. Granger going to reset with 13 on the shot clock. Everybody spread out. Borsaino along the baseline. Granger looking to go. On the elbow. Gets by Forbes to the basket. Will it count?
But you notice, who did he keep in out of the starters? Granger, because he wants to make sure that the guys know what they're doing out there, keep everybody on the same page, so he keeps that veteran player out there.
Granger to the line, playing professionally in Turkey. 23 points on the opening night against the Dominican Republic. Completes the three-point play. 17 points, 6 assists last night against the United States. He's having a heck of a tournament.
He sure is. Yeah, I'll say it again. I like his overall game. Does it at both ends. He distributes, he can score, and he can rebound.
There's Carter around the perimeter to Bishop. Bishop step back 3, short. Carter the offensive rebound for 2 more. Nice hustle by Carter. Continuing to play strong here, having a better second half than what we saw last night.
Exactly. And that's what he can do. He can rebound and go in there and muscle his way, get those baskets.
Granger. Borsaino coming out to set a screen. Zubiare to the basket for 2. Zubiare, a nice move. Munoz. Carter, 10 on the shot clock. Backing down Borsaino. Time Bishop tried to get a handle on it, goes out of bounds. Checking in Gonzalo Iglesias. 6'8", power forward, did not play in the first 2 games.
Nice hand for Caceres. Did a nice job when he was out there.
63-37, Uruguay in control. Fittipaldo kicks it in the corner. Iglesias for 3, short. Bishop is outside the free throw line. Now Forbes dumps it down low. Carter on the block. Pass takes a deflection. Stays with Munoz. Ayarza from deep. Good. What a nice looking stroke. 6'9". Ayarza.
Good.
Top of the key. Drains it. 63-40. Granger. Can't get the answer. There's Bishop around the perimeter to Munoz. King calling for it. Gets it out on the left corner. King step back three. Short. That'll go out the Uruguay's ball. Perotti going to check in for Granger.
Panama has kind of just started to settle for jump shots rather than going to the basket.
Here's Fittipaldo. Under 2 to go in the third quarter. 63-40. Panama trying to close this tournament on a great note. Iglesias can't get the finish. King the other way.
It's a nice bounce pass by Fittipaldo.
Here's Munoz setting up the offense. 13 on the shot clock. Carter coming out to set a screen. Munoz goes right, kicks it out. Ayarza another long one. That's too strong. Put back by Bishop. Good for two. Nobody boxed out.
Ayarza, he pulled his hand back right as he shot that. Hold that form. Anytime a shooter pulls their hand back that quickly, it tends to not go in.
Fittipaldo. Borsaino along the baseline and a foul by King. Let's stop the clock with 1:02. Great shooting game here tonight for Uruguay.
Yeah, they're at 61% from two-point land, 50% from behind the arc. And it's not like they're 1 for 2 from behind the arc.
Carter will come out. Levy checking back in. Uruguay's ball underneath.
They are 11 of 22. 33 points from behind the arc. That's
Iglesias, strong move, kicks it out. Corner three is good. Another one, that time. Mario in the game.
12 of 19. Do you think they would have liked to have had a few more of these last night? Jeez.
3 of 23 last night against the United States. Another log three. Wow.
It's raining threes in here.
Mark, what are they now for the game?
13 of 24.
10 seconds left to go, third quarter. There's a steal. The ball loose. Iglesias all alone. Munoz from half court. What a third quarter. Oh, Uruguay, 71-44.
It wouldn't have shocked me if they would have pulled up for a three on that fast break. The way they're hitting them.
Uruguay complete control of this one, 71-44 after three. Giving the home fans something to cheer about in the final game of Group C play.
You knew they wanted to go out on a good note tonight, and they certainly are doing it right now.
Let's go over some of those numbers through three quarters here.
We talked about the shooting. Panama's at 38% from 2 points. Uruguay 63% from beyond the arc. 33% for Panama, 54% for Uruguay.
The World Cup coming to China in November. Maybe we'll be in China.
That'd be nice.
Good frequent flyer miles right there.
We look at rebounding. It favors Panama, 28-23. Turnovers, 19 for Panama, 12 for Uruguay. We look at fast break points. Not a lot of fast break points. 6 for Uruguay, 2 for Panama. When you look at points in the paint, favors Panama, 20-18. But the bench scoring has been the key tonight. 36-3 in favor of Uruguay. Team that averaged 5 bench points coming into tonight. They've already added 36.
If they get half that production, that game against the United States may be totally different.
Oh, they can. There's so many things that now they can go back and look at and say, we were right there if we just would have. But again, you know what? That's why we play. It's always fun to debate, after the fact, but the thing is, it's not going to change anything.
That'll be Zubiare, Parodi, checking in for the first time. Juan Ducase wearing number 5, Borsaino, and Iglesias. So a lot of bench guys on the court. Batista still hasn't seen the floor here in the second half.
Right, I don't think he will now. This is the first time I've seen the Uruguayan team uniforms up this close. That's kind of a psychedelic look.
Make you dizzy.
You're right.
Uruguay with the ball, fourth quarter just underway. Ducase, Parodi off the screen, set by Borsaino. Driving into the paint with the left hand, the scoop, no good. In for Panama for the first time, Molinar, the youngster, is 17 years old. He'll pull up right away and connect. A 2.
He did that last night when he got in. That's good, though. 17, we were talking about, what'd you do this week? He's going back with his buddies. Well, I played in the Americup, age 17.
Not too shabby.
No.
Right now leading the way is Granger, game high 20 points. Borsaino off the mark. Quickly pushed ahead. Here's Forbes. Long 3 by Forbes is good. Showing the range. Gary Forbes.
Borsalino, he wants to get into the act too. He says everybody else is hitting threes. I want to see if I can.
Ducase will try from long range. That's no good. Borsaino can't finish. Good offensive rebound. Just couldn't get the finish. Here's Levy. Forbes feeling it. Another step back 3. That one a little too strong, and the rebound pulled down by Ducase. 71-49 our score, fourth quarter. Tom Colker, Mark Anderson. Final game of Group C stage play. The U.S. has advanced on. Parodi, the jumper from the right elbow is good. He's had a nice game tonight.
He has. He's done a nice job. He did a nice job last night, too, when he was in.
Panama with the ball. It's the youngster. Molinar up top. Parodi now in double figures with 10 points. Molinar driving baseline, lost the handle. Back to Uruguay. Another look at that long Forbes 3. Mark, you might have to take these nets back to Canada.
I'm telling you what. Again, I've never seen anything like that. Only after like at home, shooting and it gets frayed, but never on the ends. I've never seen the ends frayed like that for competition. It's kind of cool.
Brody fires, no good. Ball loose. Carter going to track it back down. Molinar bringing it up the court. Levy gets it back. Molinar from distance. It's a 2. It'll stay with Panama. Bishop going to check back in. King will take a seat for Panama. Bishop 8 points on the night. Forbes to inbound.
After scoring 8 points last night, Jonathan King does not have any points tonight.
Step back by Bishop, a tough shot. Couldn't get it to go. There's Parodi the other way for Uruguay. Borsaino. Saying does a good job of keeping it in play. 10 on the shot clock. Barry already in the basket. Intercepted by Forbes. Quickly ahead. There's Bishop. Carter coming out to set a screen. Molinar going to drive. Has it blocked. Gets it back. Levy's got to put it up from way outside. Shot clock violation. Timeout on the court. Uruguay at home, 73-49. In control this one here in the fourth quarter. Another look at that block that time.
Iverson Molinar, he's got to use this as a learning experience. He's coming in, he tries to get things going right away, which is fine. But then you also got to learn how to play at this level. It's much different when you're going against guys that are 10, 12, almost 20 years old in some cases, depending on what team you play in these Americups. But that's the type of thing that you have to take it in when you're out there. It's one thing to be watching the flow of the game, but once you get in, you have to adjust to it. It's going to be much more physical than what he's used to.
You saw the bench points, Uruguay 38, Panama 5.
Wow.
3-point shooting, 13 for 29, 44%. Just 13% last night against the United States. Zubiare, Decase, Orsaino, Iglesias, and Perotti for Uruguay. Levy, Molinar, Bishop, Carter, and Liz Condo's checked back in. Perotti, 10 points. It's a nice game tonight. Just as I say that, he throws it away.
Right.
On cue. Looks like it's going to stay with Uruguay, though.
It's just like talking when a guy's 6 for 6 from the line and you say it right before he shoots.
Case will inbound. And a strong move to the basket. Biare, nice move. He's shown well off the bench tonight. Liz Condo. Looking underneath. Levy was already chasing it after it left his hand, but it went down.
Right. Set up his play, the defender perfect for that back door. Nice bounce pass from Luzcando.
First points of the game for Levy here in the fourth quarter. Under 6 to go. Iglesias hands it off. Perotti 8 on the shot clock. Zubiare down low. Borsaino in the paint. Lost
nice
the handle.
Catch. Got to hold on to it though.
It's Condo. Bishop running the lane well and lays it in for 2 on a nice strong move to the basket. 75-53.
Panama just has to keep playing hard like they're doing. Make it respectable.
Case turning and shooting, partially blocked by Bishop. Defense that time by Tony Bishop Jr. Ball's going to go back to Panama. And foul.
Oh, there it was. A little push in the back by Forbes.
Case to the basket. Can't get the finish. Nice move in the paint. Can get the runner to go. Molinar. Levy around the perimeter. Bishop. It's had a good second half. Bishop's driving strong to the basket. Hesitates, goes up strong. I don't know how he was able to control that just to get it to the basket.
Right.
It was a nice play. Just couldn't finish.
Seemed to be off balance when he had it.
Iglesias up top. Case. Orsaino. He will go to the line and shoot 2. .420 left to go here. 75-53. Again, in the next round, the Final Four of the Americup. USA, Mexico, Argentina, and the Virgin Islands. So you have 3 of the top 20 teams in current FIBA World Rankings. We'll do battle in Cordoba this weekend in Argentina. Should be fun. I believe Borsaino just banked in a free throw.
So the matchup.
I don't know if he called it.
Yeah, I don't know if he called it either. I couldn't hear him.
That one a little better. They both count either way.
That's right.
As long as it goes in.
Mexico versus Argentina, and the other bracket would be Virgin Islands against the USA.
Carter turning for 15. He's had a nice tournament.
He has. This game he's putting together both halves tonight.
It's going to be against Molinar.
He has 15 and get this, 14 rebounds.
Carter at 8 points against the U.S., 12 against the Dominican Republic, along with 8 rebounds. Plays professionally for Soles in Mexico. There's a 3 from the corner, that's short. Rolling on the other way, lost it, got it back. Bishop open, kicks it in the corner. That pass deflected, comes back to him with the left hand. He will go line for 2.
Uruguay's cooled off. They're 13 of 28 from the threes for 46%.
Batista and Granger sharing a laugh there on the sideline. This one's in control, 77-55. Bishop at the line. Bishop's had a nice second half. He continues to play hard, as he did last night, even in the loss to Dominican Republic.
He has 15 points, looking for number 16.
He gets it to go.
Along with 7 rebounds.
Perotti kicks it up top. Iglesias puts it on the floor to the basket with the right hand. Scoop on goal. Borsaino the rebound. Kicks it back out. Perotti at the free throw line. Now circles back out. Mikase along the baseline for 3. Too strong. Levy with the rebound. Levy at the free throw line. Now pull it back out. This Condo bounce pass down low. Here's Carter. Looking to go one-on-one. Into the paint. It's hacked.
It was a good move.
We saw in that first game between the U.S. and Dominican Republic, Emil Warney, very similar to Carter, both big physical guys that good range, but really more than anything can see the floor.
Right.
And provide that third dimension to an attack. 16 points, 14 rebounds tonight for Carter.
Yeah, we saw a lot of his passing last night. He could get guys. That keeps the defense honest. They can't double down when you got a big that can pass so well.
Perotti to the basket, blocked by Carter. Stays with Uruguay, 10 on the shot clock. Ibarre has it taken. 3-on-1 the other way. Molinar to the basket. He will go to the line and shoot 2. As a coach, Mark, you're always looking for those big guys with floor vision, right?
Exactly.
Hard to come by.
It is, and you also want a guy that is willing to play defense, be a rim protector back there. Those two things. A lot of times, just to find big guys that will run the floor consistently too. That's always a plus. And when they do, you have to reward them, or else they'll stop running the floor. Rim running. You got to reward the bigs.
Molinar knocks on the first free throw. Looking for port number 4, the youngster, 17 years old, gets it to go.
This is a great experience for him.
Pass deflected out. It'll stay with Uruguay. 2:19 left to go. Another big crowd on hand here to watch the home side. Electric atmosphere last night between Uruguay and the United States. Borsaino. Mikase. Read well by Liscondo. Turnover. It goes all the way to the basket, and he'll throw it down for 2. And a timeout by Uruguay.
Cut it to 14.
Did Coach Signorelli will go back to the bench here, maybe bring Granger back in or Fittipaldo?
He might for 30, 40 seconds just to see where they're at. Sometimes you just want to call timeout here and get everybody on the same page and say, hey, look, we got 2:10, we're up 14. Take care of the basketball, move the basketball. I'm not telling you not to score, but look for good
Don't
shots.
force anything.
Exactly.
Don't take anything early.
Right, there you go. Don't take shots early in the shot clock. Run it down to about 6 seconds to go before you look to shoot. Things like that. That way the clock's in your favor.
See 4 players in double figures there for Uruguay, led by Granger with 20 points tonight. So 2 of the 3 games for Granger, 20 or more points. Bishop Jr. and Carter, 17 points apiece. Scando and Forbes, 10.
Arriesgar un poco.
2 minutos de actitud. 2 minutos de actitud.
Panama trying to close this one out strong, though. 2:10 left to go.
Well, they continued to play hard through all this, even when it was 22, 23-point lead. Thing is, you keep playing hard, make it respectable. Right now it's respectable, and they can still cut the lead down here if they get a couple stops.
No changes to the lineup for Uruguay. Ducasse in the paint. Can't get it to go. Got his own rebound. Goes up strong again. But he's called for a travel.
Ducasse, 6'9", and he will be 19 later this week.
Are Ducasse and Molina, are they old enough to drink a beer in Uruguay? I don't even know.
I think they are.
Are they? All right.
Yeah, I think they are.
Not in the United States, they're not.
Not in the U.S.
Molina is barely old enough to see a rated R movie. Here's Bishop at the free throw line and a whistle.
The whistling is equivalent to boos.
So Bishop back to the line. 17 points tonight for Bishop. He's had a nice tournament. 10 points, 10 rebounds against the United States. Double figures all 3 games here in the tournament. Bishop 2 for 2.
Uruguay, they went to their bench early in the third quarter. Panama has kept playing hard here to close the gap to 12.
Brody's got to put it up from half court.
Well, you don't want to take it that deep into the shot clock.
Molinar, strong move to the basket. Blocked. And to Uruguay.
So that's where he's got to learn to adjust the arc on his shot, going in there with the bigs.
Or just dish it if he sees it.
Or dish it,
yeah.
yep.
Wrap around him. Here's Perotti. Under a minute to go. Barre, Ducasse, Borsaino along the baseline, double team in the corner. Barre for 3, short. Ball loose. Scando comes away with it. They'll push it quickly in the near court. You like some of these pieces with Panama, with Forbes, Carter, Bishop. I think they need to find a point guard that can really score. Maybe Molinar's the future there, and then one more big man.
Exactly. You know,
I think they have a nice squad.
They do. Your oldest player there is Joel Munoz at 37, and then you've got after that you've got Jamal Levy at 34, and then really Forbes has some time left. He's only 32. Tony Bishop 28. So yeah. I mean, you got to, like you said, find another point and another big. Conversely, Uruguay's got a nice future with the young guys that they've been putting in here. They get a little stronger, a little bit more weight on them, they'll be fine. and that'll come with maturity.
Kase in the corner. Iglesias scored the basket and the foul. He got hacked across the face in the offensive rebound.
Ooh, right in the nose.
Only 10 seconds up to go here. Iglesias still a little shaken up, but it looks like he's going to be able to make that free throw.
Call an unsportsman?
I think they did.
Oh, wow. This looked like it was unintentional, but...
Yeah. I didn't see anything dangerous.
Right.
Liscano was just going to get the ball and hit his face.
But that's one of the things we've noticed with the unsportsmanlike.
Liscano leaves it. Bolinar lays it in for 2. Final 3 seconds. Uruguay is going to close this out with a big win. 2 wins in the tournament. Only lost to the United States 79-68. Nice performance in front of the home crowd to close out Group C. 79-68 our final mark. Some of the final numbers from this one tonight.
Well, you look at from the field, Panama 42% overall 2-point shooting, and then Uruguay 48. Behind the arc, 33% for Panama, 43% for Uruguay. Free throw line, very good for Panama tonight, 81%. And actually, from what we've seen from Uruguay, pretty good for them at 62.5. Rebounding favored Panama +8, 40-32. Turnovers, Panama 21, and Uruguay had 18. The biggest one for the evening, 44-9 in favor of Uruguay, bench scoring.
Some of the final stats up on the board there, 79-68 our score. If you look at some of the final standings for this one, the U.S. 3-0, Uruguay 2-1, Dominican Republic 1-2, Panama 0-3 is how Group C will officially close out. So Mark, let's look ahead now. United States, Mexico, Argentina, Virgin Islands. Got to figure the U.S. is going to be a favorite against the Virgin Islands. That other semifinal is going to be a great matchup, Mexico and Argentina.
Yeah, when you look at that, the teams that I've seen have been the U.S. and Mexico. Argentina, I did not get to see, but they put up great numbers.
They're always solid.
Right, up there in Bahia Blanca. So it's going to be interesting. Again, it's going to come down. Mexico may have the inside advantage in play. I don't know, but you'll see. But I think you're going to see a heck of a Final Four that you're going to be calling.
And whoever, if the U.S. should advance, whether it is Argentina or Mexico, that's going to be a great game as well.
Exactly.
Let's look at some of the final numbers from this one tonight. And again, Uruguay closing out with 79-68 win. Top scorers, Ranger with 20, Bishop Jr., another great game, 19 points. Carter, 17, Escondo, 11. Caceres off the bench, what a huge effort he had. 14 points, including 3 3-pointers. And another big game, Fittipaldo. He's got a bright future.
Oh, yeah, he's got a nice jump shot. I think, the future's bright for Uruguay in their national team with the youth that they have. Batista, he's 34, but he's still got some years left. Because we've seen guys that can play into their late 30s at this level.
Well, Mark, it's been a pleasure to do these last 2 games with you.
Likewise, Tom,
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it.
See you down the road.
Absolutely.
Good luck with the start of the season up in Canada.
Thank
you. Got to
you.
get back on the sideline now. You've had your fun here. Time to go back and sweat it out a little bit.
But you know what? It's kind of neat to see it from this side of the table and look at it from a different perspective, especially up here. You can analyze what's going on. So it's been a joy, and I want to thank Cuba for giving me this opportunity.
Final score from Montevideo, Uruguay 79, Panama 68. We will see you for semifinal action, the Final Four from Argentina this weekend. For Mark Anderson, I'm Tom Colker. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night, everyone. So long from Montevideo.
for you.